Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we shall discuss the brain, its anatomy, its functions, and its neurotransmitters. The brain are incredible, intricate, and fascinating control center. The brain is the seat of our consciousness, governing our thoughts, emotions, movements, and functions. It is a complex and dynamic organ made up of billions of neurons and trillions of connections. The brain's key functions include processing information and sensory inputs, controlling movement and motor skills, managing emotions and emotional responses, facilitating thought, problem solving, and decision making, regulating body functions like heartbeat and breathing, enabling learning, memory, and adaptation, and governing language, communication, and creativity. The brain's remarkable plasticity allows it to adapt, change, and compensate for damage. Its incredible capabilities inspire awe and curiosity, driving scientific research and discovery. Anatomy of brain. It's a fascinating and complex structure made up of various regions, lobes, and system. Here's a brief overview. Main structures. Number one, the cerebrum. It is the largest part, divided into two hemispheres, left and right. Number two, the cerebellum. It is located at the base, coordinates movement and balance. Number three, brainstem. It connects the cerebrum and cerebellum, regulates basic functions like breathing, heart rate, etc. So, it's a brainstem, and to the brainstem, cerebellum is connected, and the whole is covered by the cerebrum. Lobes of the brain. There are four lobes of the brain: the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. Frontal lobe has executive functions decision making, and motor control. So the frontal lobe is responsible for the executive functions, decision making, and motor control of the body. Parietal lobe is related with sensory processing and spatial awareness, orientation to time, place, and surrounding. The temporal lobe is related with memory, language, and auditory processing. And the occipital lobe is related with visual processing. Other key regions, they are also important, like hippocampus, which is related with memory formation and consolidation. Then comes the amygdala, which is related with emotional processing and fear response, etc. Another key region is the basal ganglia, which is related with movement control and habit formation. Thalamus is another key region which is involved in sensory relay and information processing. Last but not the least is the hypothalamus, which regulates body temperature, hunger, and thirst. The brain has different systems inside. One is the nervous system, which includes brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Similarly, it also comprises brain circulatory system, which is related with the blood flow and oxygenation, and the limbic system, which is related to emotions, motivation, and memory. Our brain is a remarkable organ responsible for countless processes that keep us alive, thinking, and functioning. Here are some of the brain's key functions. Number one, control and coordination. The brain is involved in movement, balance, posture, and reflexes. Second important function is sensory processing. It means it interprets sensory information which is received from eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. The third function is that of cognitive function, which involves attention, memory, which may be short-term memory, long-term memory, and working memory. The third cognitive function is that of learning, then language, its comprehension and production, the problem solving, decision making, and reasoning. So all these cognitive functions like attention, memory, learning, language, problem solving, decision making, and reasoning, these are the functions of our brain. The fourth important function of the brain is emotional processing, which involves emotion recognition, emotion regulation, motivation, and empathy. The fifth important group of functions are regulation of body functions like heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, hunger, thirst, and sleep-wake cycles. The six important functions, these are autonomic functions. It means breathing, digestion, and blood vessel dilatation and constriction. All these are the autonomic functions of our brain. The seventh group of function is endocrine system regulation, which means hormone production and balance. The eighth function or the eighth group of function is immune system regulation, which means inflammation and immune responses. The ninth most important function is creativity. It means imagination, innovation, and artistic expression. All these are the functions of our brain. Last but not the least, and the most important function of our brain is consciousness. It means awareness, perception, and sense of self. We are aware, we perceive, and we know ourselves. This is the function of our brain. These functions are not exhaustive, but they give us an idea of the brain's incredible range of responsibilities. The brain is a remarkable organ, and its functions are still not fully understood. We learned the structure of the brain and its functions. The brain performs its functions with the help of neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that transmit signals between neurons in the brain. Here are some key neurotransmitters and their functions. Number one, acetylcholine. It is involved in muscle contraction, memory formation, and regulation of the autonomic nervous system. Second neurotransmitter is dopamine. It plays a role in motivation, pleasure, reward, movement, and mood regulation. The third neurotransmitter is serotonin, which is involved in mood regulation, appetite, sleep, and pain modulation. The fourth neurotransmitter is norepinephrine, and it is involved in attention, arousal, memory, and stress response. The fifth neurotransmitter is GABA, which stands for GABA aminobutyric acid. It is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that helps regulate the activity of other neurons. Sixth is the glutamate, which is an excitatory neurotransmitter that stimulates the activity of other neurons. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter. Seven is endorphins. These are natural painkillers which are released in response to pain, stress, or pleasure. Number 8, histamine. It is involved in arousal, attention, and regulation of sleep-wake cycles. 9 is adrenaline, which is also called epinephrine. It is released in response to stress, increasing heart rate and blood pressure. 10 is melatonin. This neurotransmitter regulates sleep-wake cycles and is released in response to darkness. 11th is the oxytocin, which is involved in social bonding, trust, and relaxation. And the 12th neurotransmitter is vasopressin. It is involved in social behavior, bonding, and memory. These neurotransmitters play a crucial role in regulating various physiological and psychological processes, including mood, movement, appetite, sleep, and cognitive function. Imbalances or abnormalities in neurotransmitter levels or functions have been implicated in various neurological and psychiatric disorders. To summarize, our brain is incredible, intricate, and fascinating control center. It is the seat of our consciousness, governing our thoughts, emotions, movements, and functions. It has many important neurotransmitters which play a crucial role in regulating the various physiological and psychological processes. Imbalances or abnormalities in neurotransmitter levels or function have been implicated in various neurological and psychiatric disorders.